think you're gonna probably need to pull that up over there, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Over here.
So we can. Ooh, look, we got the scarecrows in the
Yeah, but you're
background.
gone.
No, I'm here. Here, I want to be closer to you.
I'm gonna
anyway.
fix this. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, you say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Move your foot for me. Thank you.
Okay, so is that better? You like that?
It's as good as it's
Gee,
gonna get.
it's election night, and there's like.
Happy election night.
Yeah, happy election night. How's everybody doing? Everybody's
I
happy.
hope everybody got out and voted. Lee and I did today. We got out and voted. Even I was able to get out and vote.
Well, you struggled though. I watched you. You were like, get ready to pull out that tab. I'm like, is she gonna pull it off, or is she gonna try to put it in the machine? Is she gonna be able to do it? But you went in there like a champ. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You know, especially since you had to walk in there and go, I'm going to really try and make sure that my vote counts too.
It's been a really rough day, but I did get out to vote. It was cool. So, feeling tired, very tired. Palliative care came in today.
Yeah.
Just to update everybody. So, that's happening. So we'll have somebody here keep a close eye on me. And
oh, Sherry's here. I know, isn't her hair beautiful?
You know what? I never thought that the purple thing or the blue thing would go off good, but okay.
You're doing it, baby.
Yeah, sporting the purple hair. Go me. Yeah. So right now, unfortunately, my transplant's on hold. This is until we get the scoop back on my PAP that came back irregular, or whatever wordage they use. I'm sure medical term isn't irregular. Abnormal. That's the word we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Yeah, abnormal.
And so I have to go see a gynecologist on Thursday.
Because you can't do things without your twin, especially that.
Until
let's just be real.
Until we know what's going on with that, transplant's on hold. Yeah. However, if that gets cleared up and we get an okay from them.
Hey, Mo.
On Thursday, what's happening?
They're loud. I don't know. Hey, Mo. We're live. That's all right. Ron and Mo are in the next room. You can hear them. You know, this election's got everybody kind of like, they don't.
Everybody here in the States. If you're not in the States, you're probably watching this shit show too.
Yeah, and I'm glad if you guys are here joining us, then maybe you just want some connection news, not disconnection news, because I think that's kind of what the world's facing, right?
Yeah. But that being said, we got to get this cleared up with the OBGYN, and then I'll go back on the list. Meanwhile, my symptoms are progressing. I'm progressively, my symptoms are showing up very progressively. I'm very tired lately. It's hard for me to work without falling asleep. That being said, we have a family member who is in his third round of testing. He goes up next week.
Yep.
To Ohio State University.
The 11th.
On the 11th.
Ta-da!
For a living donor.
Yeah.
So let's get his liver into me and forget this year ever happened.
So on that, every time you see 1111, you think of Sherry. That'll help. In any way that you can make sure that you send energy to her, and that split second, that definitely will help. So,
yeah.
Thank you for everybody who's reached out to us. I know that we've been in and out. She's right. I'm staying more there, closer to her now, because she really is going through it. But you know, you can love through anything, and that's how we keep staying connected.
how do you navigate connection through a terminal illness? You know what I mean?
It's an empathic ability.
It is.
As an empath, it's a lot easier to stay connected to the energy than it is your thoughts about it. It
takes a toll on the whole family.
Oh, yeah.
It does. It takes a toll on the whole family. So, but in doing that, we're still doing what we're called to do and continue our mission. And I will definitely be here. If my heart's beating, I'll be here.
Yeah. And you think about this. If you found this channel and she has helped you in any way, just send love. Send love and send healing.
Yeah.
That really, we can feel that, guys. So thank you for doing that.
That's important. We're going to take a couple questions, a couple things we want to talk to you guys about. But we're up for your questions, and I'll pull this up because I know that we've had a few. But we do want to talk a little bit about the Relationship Reinvented Empath workshop we're going to be
starting this Friday.
Which will be will you two stop?
And of course,
there's a Great Dane and a rabbit.
Yeah,
nobody would believe it, but it's the truth.
They're here just playing.
And they are bouncing on top of each other. So we're going to be doing an empath workshop. So we're going to be putting out, so we've got 2 videos per week, and then we're going to have worksheets and stuff to do.
Absolutely.
And our last session will be on Monday, November 23rd. And that will be a 2-hour live one-on-one.
It'll be a Zoom. It'll be a Zoom room.
Yeah, not one-on-one, but a Zoom with everybody who participated, and to answer your questions. And we are going to have everybody introduce themselves, what their gifts are, tell us a little bit about you and your gifts, how you use your gifts, what you do with them.
I think what's going to be beautiful about it is we want to, really look at and distinguish between psychic and an empath, and really kind of see how those two connect, or teach connection to both, or actually experience connection with both, so they can see how that actually works.
Actually feeling other people's energy, not knowing what it is.
Yep.
Not understanding what that is.
I'm really excited about it.
The difference in being an empath and having empathy.
We've learned that a great deal. What we went through.
Yeah.
In a very, very profound way. And we know that it's something that needs to be passed on. So we're looking. I think we're going to only do 8 people, because we know that we want to really take our time with some people who really want to do this work.
Yeah, I mean, gifts, empathic gifts. We're going to touch on. How to survive social stigmas and judgments. Let's talk about it for a second. It's hard for us, a lot of us. We can't sit around our Thanksgiving dinner table or around our dinner table and discuss energies and zodiac signs. And it's interesting to hear Lee and Sherry talk about the mystical things, because we're just starting to break out into this. And having understood the journey to get here, and now the universe is allowing us to understand more deeply our spiritual gifts and how to summon them, right? And how to,
especially when they're at such strength at this point, you know what I mean?
Right. And
it's still connecting in a very deep way. If you can use that ability to do that, you can stay connected and understand all kinds of things, whether it's astrology, whether it's just messages from nature, all of it. And I think that that's the beautiful part of all of it, is you get Sherry in those particular moments where you just go, and when you start connecting things, it's a very beautiful thing for you to see, because she does it. I don't know if you've ever had a medium reading. Any of you have, can tell you that Sherry connects you to somebody you didn't even have the idea of the messages, and the way that they come through in those messages. It's all connected.
Right.
And you explain it in a beautiful way. So I think that they will really value that. But we're only going to take 8 people. So if you're interested in that,
we're going to talk about too, protecting yourself and cleansing, and there's going to be outside experiences we're going to have you write about. Um,
Your connection.
your
Well,
connection to yourself, your connection, how old were you, how you birthed your gifts, what do you need help with,
how do you
those
get
types of
energy
things.
from your gift rather than taking it away from you? Because that happens a lot. A lot of people get zapped of their energy, and if you're ready to heal something like that, we can show you how.
So what's interesting is with my current disease and the brain disorder that goes on, we never have to worry about missing class because we're going to pre-record these classes when I am in my right mind space. And a lot of times when I get into those zones, creativity zones and those understanding zones, that's when we need to be recording class because I can go much deeper,
Yeah.
right?
And you'll probably find that some of these
Yeah.
will have like music in the background because that's usually when you can stay with it. You know what I mean?
Meditation too,
Absolutely.
for sure, will come along with this workshop, but I will probably be picking a couple of people as well to do a reading for, and but we're going to be putting these classes together. We're going to be videoing them, so we're going to drop a video on Monday and
Friday, Monday for the next 3 weeks.
we're going to drop it, on Friday and Monday. And then in the meantime as well, we're going to have a space where we're going to be able to discuss and talk
Yep.
about these workshops and about a special space for this. So we're going to be able to talk about their homework, what they're struggling with, go over a little bit of the work.
How you can actually change your thought according to your feeling rather than your feeling changing your thought. It's really powerful.
So the first class starts on Friday.
Yep.
If you would like to pre-register, the entire workshop is $1,000. So you'll need to put $500 down to secure your spot, and then $500, the other $500. I guess we could go a week out. We can go a week out. That'd be
Maybe
awesome.
2. Yeah, just as long as it's communicated.
Yeah, get a hold of us. And so if you want to get in on that, I would,
This is another thing when we were really looking at what we were doing with Healing Mountain. We knew we needed to make movement because connection needs to be something that grows. And we're not sure it's going to grow without what we have because we have a very vulnerable piece to it.
I'm going to pull up this YouTube
the
so
chat.
I can refresh.
Yeah, so we can catch up. If you guys have questions, shoot those. But if you're interested in that, you can also email us.
We are even going to take questions about the Empath workshop. So you guys are the first ones to hear about it. If you're watching now, you're the first ones to hear about it. And
ask some questions now if you have an interest.
Yeah,
so
ask some
we
questions
kind of give
here.
you a taste of what we're talking about.
If you're a Patreon member, you get a discount. Obviously.
The email is relationshipreinvent@gmail.com. Relationshipreinvent@gmail.com. This is more Twin Flames Lee and Sherry than it is Relationship Reinvented. So this will be something a little separate than that. But we got some really cool things coming up. With Relationship Reinvented, though, we've got a retreat that's going to be coming in
an online retreat. So cool.
Yeah, it'll be 3 days with us, I believe. So we're really looking forward to that.
Our coaches are putting that together as well. We got a pretty smart core group of coaches that are really, really, really working and getting this workshop together.
It's relationshipreinvent.com. Sorry. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Let's see. We've got
it's relationshipreinvent@gmail.com.
Hey.
Oh, stay strong, Sherry. I see that. Well,
Girl,
it's now
I'm doing the best I can.
It's really cool. I don't know if you've ever watched that. What was that channel? VH1, where they had that little bubble that used to come up when somebody's talking. And it would be like people were talking real time. It's like watching that when you do a
who cares about elections when you're on live? We'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I look about the color of Donald Trump. A little orangey.
Oh, love you, Allison.
A little orangey.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I don't think there's any questions yet.
Yeah, doesn't she look great? She really does. But she's in a lot of pain.
It's going downhill
She's
fast.
she's been in pain a lot lately, but you know she's getting through it.
Still no drugs. Still no drugs.
No.
We're not gonna do pain medicines at all. We are staying off of the pain medicines.
Mm.
Yep.
You know, without pain you won't birth. That's how you gotta look at it.
Mhm. So questions. Let's get some questions in. Let's take advantage of Sherry's sanity.
Are we gonna do a sanity test?
For
How are you to cope with the missing of the twin? Ooh. Well, coping is the issue. Coping is actually stopping you. It's actually blocking you more than anything. When has coping ever done anything? Really? Have you ever had to cope with?
How do you cope with certain? Well, I would rather cope with it than suffer in it.
But just even the word cope would mean that cope would point to non-acceptance and just trying to get along with your non-acceptance, isn't it? I mean,
no, I don't know. I don't think so. I think that cope is a mechanism of.
It's not an action word. It's a frozen word. You literally become paralyzed if you're coping, because then you're thinking from your coping. You're not thinking from your love.
Ooh, I like what Brooke said.
What Brooke say?
Coping is a lack of presence.
Right. I mean, coping kind of means if they were here, then I would be okay. But they're not here, so I'm not okay. Instead of I'm here and I'm okay if they show up here. It's different. Coping kind of keeps you at that other place for a really long time.
Okay, so for instance, coping with the loss of your twin, right?
Mm.
You're still alive and you still have pain, right? Is coping sharing that pain and getting through it, or is coping swallowing that pain to get through it?
Coping is accepting the vulnerable aspect of it. That's not you're no longer coping when you actually access your vulnerability. If your coping is leading to your vulnerability, then you're going to really kind of open things up rather than close things down. You don't, in your rebirth or any rebirth of a twin, the last thing you should do is grieve. The one thing you should do is celebrate, because they're back in connection and you're going to go back at some point too.
Agreed.
So if you really look at it, it's a level of acceptance. It's a level of accessing a deeper space in your vulnerability to know that you can heal and you can love. Because what was the point of the connection if you didn't become vulnerable?
Hope that helped.
I hope so. I don't know if coping is used in that way, but I got a feeling I'm going to hear that again. But I know it was felt what I said, and that's what's supposed to happen.
Coping is accepted.
Mm.
Let's see. Okay. I try not to long for it, but learn when to feel their presence, like they are simply here next to me when it's time to detach. And then she said balance.
At some point, I think you reached that point kind of like what I did.
Yeah.
I reached a point where I knew, okay, Sherry's with somebody, Sherry's over on the other side, and Sherry's doing this. But then what I think bothered me is that I could still feel you. And then I had to ask myself, am I bothered because I could still feel you? Or am I bothered because you're not talking to me and I can still feel you? And I realized it was that you weren't talking to me. So I said, well, then why don't I just get quiet until you do? That's the difference. The way that you actually allowed me to find my silence and wait for you there was the most important part. Sometimes you just can't feel the other person without that. I mean, that's what your empath ability should be able to teach you. That's what this connection is here to show you. My connection to you is that pure. I don't this shouldn't be hidden. This should be screamed at the top of the lungs so everybody can hear it, because everybody wants it, but nobody's telling them how to get there. The stars aren't going to tell you that until you line the stars in you first, and you help me do that. And I don't want anybody. I want everybody to know, because everybody believes. I believe everybody deserves this connection. There's no reason nobody shouldn't have it. And that's where things I think are important. You're the most important thing in the world to me. And if our love can impact people connecting to one another in a new way, then that's why we're here, and that's why we're not going away. I don't get to talk much, sorry. I love you.
The whole room got silent just now.
The whole room didn't get silent.
Let's see.
They just want to stop hurting. I mean, you guys are all here because you want to stop hurting and you want to start finding the path and connection. We're not going to tell you how the stars align. We're going to tell you how you get connected. You know what I mean? And I think that's why people still keep finding us. So keep finding us. If you're just now finding us and this first-time listener, first-time caller, welcome home.
I don't know if I'm skipping any. If I am, I'm so sorry. But
just pop up your questions. That's what we can do this. Well, we can do this a little bit longer.
Yeah, we can.
Because I don't want you to.
What
she gets tired pretty easy, so you guys got to yell at me if you see her yawn.
What is your definition of soulmate versus twin, guys? Want your thoughts specifically, if possible. Oh, I'd love that. That's a great question. That's a question I love to answer.
Okay.
And I'm glad you answered. I'm glad you asked for each one of ours individually, because I do believe that we have different belief systems when it comes to that. Or maybe we don't. I'm not sure, but I know that I feel we have multiple soulmates. I really do. I really do feel like I've come across one or two, possibly two, one for sure in my past. And I also believe that friendships I've had have been on a soulmate level as well. Very much so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the point sometimes where I've picked up the phone in the middle of the night and just, without even thinking, dialed a phone number because I was so used to doing that I did it in my sleep. You know? Yeah, I definitely believe in that soulmate connection. And when it comes to, when the soulmate connection comes into play, I feel that's when you finish each other's sentences, things like that. On a twin flame level, I don't feel like the physical aspects of finishing each other's sentences. That's why I was asking you earlier about the code. And I don't know if everybody ever knows this, but, you know, as a couple, you have a code. You're like, if you're not wanting to talk about something in front of somebody, you're going to say, you know, okay, so I read so-and-so's message and we'll handle that later. Yo, what did it say? What is this? Blah, 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 blah.
And the code.
What happened to the code? No. Whoa. We'll talk about it later. Chill out. Or so-and-so's, the eagle has landed. Right? The eagle has landed. That what does that mean to you, to us? What does that mean? It could mean the broom fell. You know what I mean? Learn the code. Yeah. But to me, like a soulmate or like a twin flame, knows that language, that backdoor language.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The whole telepathy thing.
Yeah.
You can shake anybody else. You can't shake that. You can even shake a soulmate. It's easy enough. Some people think it's the end of the world when they lost their soulmate. I did. I thought I was going to die. The connection piece is where the twin flame connects or differs from the soulmate.
Right. I absolutely agree. Um, how do I explain this? Well, okay. The soulmate, I would say, is someone that you either can have a vibration with or a frequency with. But a twin flame has a magnitude of making both of those merge so they mimic one another. So it's almost like a soulmate can be your soul against another soul and they can cohabitate. But a twin flame matches the essence of that soul, the energy of that soul, the movement of that soul, the way it transitions, the way it folds, the way it bends, the way it experiences. It's not mystical as much as it is elusive, because it only gives you what you give yourself. So if you know how to harm your vulnerability, you teach your twin how to harm it too. Until you get your frequency right, you'll do the same thing over and over again. Until you realize that if you just resonate with theirs and you match them together, you mesh together. You figure out that time is just an illusion and connection is all there is. I suppose that would be the way that I would say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so real. And we just weren't taught it, so we were all walking around trying to figure it out. Everybody deserves connection. That's what a twin would see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're getting stronger, Sherry. You look bright. Well, thank you. I don't feel like I'm getting stronger. What I feel like is it's the dark before the dawn. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's something coming, and I feel like
The labor before the birth.
the labor before the birth.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I love the way nature does that.
Yeah. Bex. Our Bex? Hold on. Our Bex? Woods out the window, Bex? Okay. You'll know. Finally back in contact with my twin, planning to be together, but just put my foot down with his on and off behavior and said just be friends. Now Spirit is giving me so much info I feel I need to share. Opened up.
Good.
Opened up.
Yeah. Some things open up because they get triggered too.
Mm-hmm.
Just like things get triggered closed, they can be triggered open.
Mm-hmm. Truly opened up. Oh, that truly opened up something for me. Thank you.
Oh.
Bex again with him, but he's not talking to me. Kind of stuck with what to do. I feel like I need to share with him, but he's not talking to
Hi,
me.
Jessica.
Kind of stuck on what to do.
What was it again?
Okay, she feels like that Spirit is telling her. Let's see. Spirit is giving me so much info I need to share. I feel like I need to share with him, but he's not talking to me. Kind of stuck on what to do. So if you're in contact with him, I would just send him an email and let him know what Spirit's saying to you.
That would be the open way to do it.
Yeah.
That way you don't impose anything on
Knowing what I do about this and hoping it's the one.
To just kind of read.
Hoping it's the same one I think of, because that could be completely off the wall for somebody else.
Yeah. But no, that makes sense. I mean, you sending it in the message is different, or an email rather than sending it as a text message. Text messages that long cause disconnects because you don't know how you're placing your words or how they'll take it. So.
I don't want him to be alone, but I am not mature enough to be his friend. It just hurts too much. Girl, look. I was there multiple times, and I love the fact that you say you're not mature enough. First of all, you're clearly mature enough to say you're not mature enough.
That's the first part of maturity. That's the first big step.
Look, I could be 50 and not mature. If he takes off, I'm finding him.
She really will.
You know, I get you don't want him to be alone. I get that. I really do. Um, but man, do you remember when we tried to be friends and sleep in the same room but different beds
That worked.
for
I was
about
pissed.
3 nights?
I was able to hold my shit.
For about 3 nights.
I didn't care.
About 3 nights.
I was worn down after the third night. Okay.
3 nights.
Boy,
It lasted 3 nights.
It's twin energy in the same
Lasted
space. Come on.
3 nights.
Come on. I mean, that's like. I'm not even gonna say nothing else. Y'all know. Y'all get it.
It lasted 3 nights.
We were close to oneness at that point. We weren't there yet.
But I feel your pain. I understand where you're coming from, and I get it. And it sucks, and it hurts. So you don't want him to be alone. But what about you?
Yeah.
See, you're awful worried about him and how he's feeling. But how about
Well, you're getting there.
How about
She's getting there.
How about you?
No, just
Brownie might be kicking in. I don't know.
I don't think that's it.
No, I just ate that.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, if she's not focused on herself, worrying about his wants gives him permission to abandon her too, because she's not paying attention to herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he can't show up for you if you're not taking care of you. So
And
it's like an add-on thing.
This next one kind of falls into line, Vicky.
Hi, UK.
I stopped believing I'm connected to the guy since he married and seems to want nothing to do with me. Now I feel abandoned and tricked by the universe, and I just miss him too much.
How did you stay connected to you through all of that?
I stopped believing I'm connected to that guy since he got married.
Oh.
How'd you feel when I got married?
Oh my God, I was so mad. But
How'd
then
you feel
I was
when
like,
I got pregnant?
I was so mad, but at the same time going, that means I could still act like a straight asshole. And I did. I did for a good year after that. It kind of gave me permission. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But at the same time, it was a slower movement. I mean, I was paying more attention to certain things in my personal life. So I stopped a lot of things, but I was still doing a lot of things. You know what I mean? And
yeah, for sure.
It really needed to hit me with the loss.
Yeah.
And I needed the loss to really hit me in order for that. And that came, and it sucks how it came, but it did.
Flattery will get you everywhere, Brooke. Reading over here. Here we go. Okay, that's a lot. Hang on. We're not gonna get to all these.
Oh, did you get zapped? Throw something up here. I can see it. If you guys have to remember, we're still trying to keep up over here and here, but we're right here. 3D choices. Does it change the power of the connection?
Oh.
No. Because when did 3D become connected?
Here's one. Is it normal to keep expecting me to contact him on time and fretting when I don't, or is this just insecurity?
What is insecurity to you?
Is it normal to keep expecting me to contact him on time and fretting when I don't? Well, I mean, as long as you keep expecting it, it's going to keep happening.
Yeah, I think it's when you realize you have no more time to expect.
Yeah.
Your expectation is a dragging on of time. The thing is you're doing that in your head, not realizing it's keeping you disconnected. Look there first, which means slow down that experience and go, am I waiting for him to do something for me first, or is he waiting for me to do something first? If you get out of the way of that, it'll change on its own. But if you keep thinking about that, you're just calling the same energy over and over again. That's why history's not important.
Is that our Beth? Hi, Beth.
Hi, Beth.
And thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Flattery will get you everywhere, too. Do you share Sherry's symptoms in your own body? Sorry if it's a weird question, just curious.
Absolutely.
Try explaining that to a medical doctor.
My right kidney has been bugging me all day. I know that that's usually when they do the dialysis, that's usually what they clean up the most. And she doesn't even have to tell me that. It's like I know all the details of it because I can feel it through her body, through my own. I can feel when she's tired. I mean, like her heart rate slows down in my chest. It's beautiful, you guys. It is so beautiful. I can't even.
Confusion sometimes.
The confusion, the fogginess. It's really interesting because when I catch her in the fogginess, sometimes I can walk over and hold her hand, and I know she gets clear a little bit because I'm sharing my clarity with her. It's not what you think it is, it's what you feel it is. Yeah, you can't get there without getting out of your mind first. So hopefully that makes sense to somebody.
Me too. Wow, I'm lost.
You don't lost Sherry, guys. So, she went a little bit over her 30 minutes because she can usually do these like 30-minute increments. Like we've been shooting videos. Some of them are they're painful.
Yeah.
Some of them are real painful. But then some of them are really beautiful, but they're beautifully painful at the same time.
I'm getting up every day.
Man.
I'm getting up every day, and my feet are hitting the floor every day. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a really big deal. I feel like laying down. I feel like constantly being laid down, but I know if I lay down, that's it, I'm laying down.
It's so night and day, guys, because for years I'm used to her just jumping up and being up before me, then complaining that it took me too long to get out of bed. But literally, it's like the other way around, and it's like, it's really interesting because there's a connection piece there.
The more things change, the more things stay the same. It really does.
It's an imbalance, but it's a balance at the same time. I mean, when you really understand yin and yang, you really understand the laws of this connection. And it literally is so interesting now versus what it was. The go, the feeling of, it's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just watching these questions roll and I'm loving it. But
hello from Westford in Iceland. Hey, Iceland.
Hey, Iceland, you guys aren't having to deal with this shit show of an election over here.
So we've seen this a lot here recently. There's been a lot of twins who meet their twin, and the twin's either married or getting married or runs an entirely the other direction. What are you running towards that? When you feel connection to somebody, ask yourself one thing that's kind of important. Am I running or am I putting expectations there that I haven't met myself already? That's going to slow things down and give you the ability to connect. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you feel the connection before the other person does. I know what happened here, but it didn't hit me until later that was still there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So sometimes you're running away too fast, or you're letting them run away too fast without even a chance to really connect. Connection doesn't require, knowing their history, what their life has been like, who they dated last week, who they're married to. It really is about much more than that. So are you looking for the much more, and how are you showing up first so they know it's okay to be there? That's a good way to look at it, isn't it?
Yeah. What was I looking? Oh. I was going to show them what we've had to deal with the whole time we've been live.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so Sherry's we work together. Also, he has a family with 2 children, but they are not married. She also works with us, but recently he decided to end it with me by sleeping with her. So he slept with her because of you or because of her? Did you already suspect that was going to happen? I mean, did you feel like there was something more that they share a connection, and of course if they have children, they're going to be connected forever. But how deeply have they been able to tell you about that connection or that relationship? Are they free to share everything that they need to with you? In other words, who are they able to be more vulnerable with, them or you? Because that's going to be what pulls most people in, especially if they're empathic and they feel things.
We have a killer rabbit.
It was too hard for him to be with me.
Right in front of us.
Here's the killer rabbit.
Picture.
That's him. He's sitting right there.
He's so rude. He's super rude.
Yep.
He's looking at us like, when are you going to be done so you can give me a banana or something? And he's just really rude. But there's no way we're going to get to all these questions. I wish we could. And maybe we will. Maybe we'll just put them down underneath if we can remember.
Your belief in time, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Any
Okay.
belief in anything but now.
Before
There's
we
no such thing
go,
as never.
in Relationship Reinvented Empath Workshop
Yes.
starts this Friday. If you want to pre-register, if you want to register to secure your spot, we're only taking 8.
Yep.
To secure your spot, you got to go to our scheduler, which is, we're going to post it here.
Actually, Danny or Brooke, can you post? I think they're moderating in here.
Acuity scheduling.
Yeah, can you put our scheduling link up there?
It's also on relationshipreinvented.com.
Yep.
Acuity scheduling, and you can book your the workshop there. We're only taking 8. That way we can get real intimate with you guys and about your journey as an empath and what you're going through and how to navigate through a lot of this stuff.
Keep asking questions, guys. Keep asking questions.
Yeah.
Ask questions of yourself first. Ask those questions first.
Yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be the key to connecting. It really is.
I will make sure that when we put this video up, that the link to the workshop is on there. But you
Yeah.
can, in the meantime, you can go on
Let me see if
relationshipreinvented.com
Danny is there.
on
or
the
Brooke.
pricing page. You can go there to our scheduling page and schedule.
I should be able to post it up here.
I would
Ooh.
assume that a lot of the
I can't wait to do that.
spots will be gone
Yeah. Let's do it, guys. Let's do some work.
by morning. So
Oh, there it is. Thank you, Brooke.
Brooke's awesome.
Danny is posting the other link. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the love.
honey, thank you so much. You
Yeah.
guys don't understand how much your encouraging words really do, because I get them
Yeah.
at the best times. Sometimes, literally, I'm in so much pain and I just want to lay down in the bed. Just lay down and rest my body, and I'll pick up my phone, and I don't feel like doing anything. But I'll get on Facebook and I'll read your messages, and it means everything to me, and it makes me feel better. It really does. Just to know that there's so many people out there that love us and care about us and care about our mission and what we are going to be doing and what we have done. But the present moment is the most important.
And in the present moment, we're healing. We're
That's
choosing
exactly
healing.
what we're doing.
You got to choose healing. Everything else just kind of is really not as important as that. So we want to make sure you guys stay in healing. And we're going to try to expand that, getting you more connected. So find us. You go right on there, relationshipreinvent@gmail.com. I believe Danny and Brooke, thank you for posting the information up there. And you guys need help, we do have groups on Facebook.
Root Camp as well.
Root Camp is still there as well. We actually are taking only a few at a time. We're not going to be taking a whole lot more.
Yeah, we're going to be doing more group things and less one-on-one.
But we're going to have more people in and out of our home helping her get better. So
Yeah, that started today. Palliative care started today. So.
Yep. Intense, guys, but help us build this mountain. We got to get everybody connected, starting with you. See you guys soon.